win on 21st, March 21st, 2023. The first game is the Wizards lost to the Magic on the road. The Wizards lost 3 straight. They're 2.5 games out of the 10th seed. It's very possible that they shut down some of their star players, to be honest. Bradley, Beal, Porzingis, because, they have nothing to play for. So they're going to start missing some back-to-backs, I suppose. This game, Daniel Gafford still getting the minutes, play well, 6 for 7 from the field, and still in 2 blocks. Bradley Beal struggled from the field a lot, but did have 7 assists and 5 rebounds, and also had 6 personal fouls. Porzingis, great game again, 30 points, 3 threes, still in 2 blocks and efficient from the field. But Beal and Porzingis, I'll be worried, right? What are they gonna do with them? Like, if Beal misses time, like if Delon Wright ever gets 30 minutes again, he's gonna be a top 20, 30 player. So I'll be keeping my eyes out, but it's probably the last round of the playoffs anyway. Danny Advia had a huge game. With Kyle Kuzma out, had 15 points and 10 rebounds. Those are the guys that are great fantasy players if they give him 30 minutes. For the Magic, Markelle Fultz, great, 5 rebounds, 5 assists with 2 steals and a block. Cole Anthony has been getting a lot of minutes off the bench. When Jalen Suggs out, he's like soaking up all the other, Jalen Suggs minutes as the backup point guard. And Garrett Harris only gets 24. But he shot the board super well, hit 6 threes. But he's not fantasy relevant. Banchero, what a game. 6 for 9 from the field, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal, 18 points. You don't see that from him all that often, giving the assists and great efficiency from both the free throw line and the field. Wendell Carter Jr. had 9 rebounds and 14 points. Not bad. And Franz Wagner continues to put up pretty okay numbers, 20 points. Fairly efficient, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal. Let's go to the next game. The Detroit Pistons. They lost to Atlanta Hawks. Sure, the Hawks, 8th seed. They're gonna be in the play-ins at least. But the seeding still matters. They want to be the 7th or the 8th seed, so they only need to win 1 game to get into the playoffs. Marvin Bagley, my God, 31 points, 4 threes, 4 for 5 on 3, by the way, 12 for 19 from the field, 3 steals and 2 blocks, 8 rebounds. You don't really see that from him, right? He's not the guy that gets you the defensive stats, and he for sure doesn't hit 4 threes. He's a must roster as we get to the end of the season, but they only have 1 game left, later this week, so it's more of a schedule thing. Killian Hayes, also another great game, 21 points, 6 assists, no defensive stats, and Jaden Ivey added 5. Yeah, some of the Detroit Piston guys, it's not like Killian Hayes, like him a lot. Marvin Bagley, now you have to have him. James Wiseman only played 19 minutes because he committed 6 fouls. I think Jalen Duren also could be interesting once he comes back. If he gets like 25 minutes a day, 25 minutes a night, because it's about youth development at this point, but they're still giving Corey Joseph 25 minutes. For the Atlanta Hawks, great win, easy win actually. Trey had a huge game, 30 points, didn't shoot the ball well, but went to the free throw line 15 times, had 12 assists. With Devontae Murray out, Bogdanovic just started, but only played 27 minutes. Also, it was a blowout, so all the starter minutes were below. Capella had 16 points, 16 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Okongwu got a few extra minutes. He just put up numbers. He had 7 offensive rebounds in 20 minutes. Huge. 1 steal and 3 blocks as well. John Collins added a steal and a block. But Collins' number is just very mediocre. You may need to get him for defensive numbers. A little bit blocks and some efficiency. That's really it. DeAndre Hunter, 12 points and 2 threes. Not bad if you look into stream. They do have a back-to-back Tuesday and Wednesday. I think they have another back-to-back later this week. So some of the guys you can potentially look to stream. Let's go to the next game. The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Brooklyn Nets 115-109. Donovan Mitchell played well, 31 points, 5 threes, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. But no defensive. Darius Garland had 6 assists. Jared Allen just did his thing. Evan Mobley. Great thing about this playoff squad is that as we get down to the season, they're not going to really rest guys. They're going to play everybody. So that's great. Karis LeVert coming off the bench still had 31 minutes. So he's a guy that you could stream, looking for some assists, looking for some little bit defensive stats and threes. Just got to be careful with his efficiency. As we know, the Brooklyn Nets, the minutes is a little bit all over the place. For Dorian Finney-Smith, actually, the other starters, they're getting huge minutes. But Dorian Finney-Smith only got 18. Royce O'Neal get 25. Day-to-day basis, you just don't know. De'Aaron Sharp actually came in, got 20 minutes, but you're not gonna. Claxton usually he's gonna crack 30 minutes. That means 18 minutes for De'Aaron Sharp, not even. Cameron Johnson played well. This Brooklyn team is still a playoff team. They're the 6th seed right now, and they're gonna be in the playoffs. They did lose 4 straight, but they're still gonna play, right? They're still gonna try. The next game is, oh my God, the San Antonio Spurs lost by 30 plus points. I mean, they're really tanking. Youth development. I think the best fantasy player on this team is Zach Collins, who is out, but he should be playing on Wednesday. So this guy, Sandro, played 25 minutes. Sure, like if for the rest of the season, if Zach Collins is going to be sit out every back-to-backs, maybe you could think about streaming him. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds. He's a center that shoot a lot of threes. Added 3 steals as well, so not bad. Not a bad game at all. Trey Jones added the assist. Okay, and then, of course, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, all these guys are out. So we have, like, Keita Bates-Diop play only 18 minutes. He started, but only 18 minutes. It's hard to bet on the Spurs guys because they're just all over the place. Devontae Graham played 24 minutes off the bench. You just don't know who's getting the minutes, right? Once all the starters started to rest, hard to know. Malachi played 26 minutes, but had a pretty horrible game. So I wouldn't really stream those guys unless they have a back-to-back, which they do over here. So hopefully they do something tonight. Otherwise, it's a waste of a stream because nobody really did anything. Emily Sandro did have 3 steals and 20 points and 3 3. That's pretty good. So, but Zach Collins should be back on Wednesday tonight. The Pelicans, easy win for them. CJ had just 15 points. But Valanciunas lately has just been unbelievable. The minutes is back up, but just out of nowhere. 28 minutes again. Larry Nance only gets 15. 19 points and 15 rebounds and 8 for 10 from the field. Just absolutely dominating the last 3 games. And before that, the minutes is just up and down. Just not really sure what is going on. Brandon Ingram, 32 points. Also, they played the Spurs. That makes sense. I think in certain matchups, he's just not going to get those minutes. Brandon Ingram, 32 points is great. 2 threes. Trey Murphy. Continue to roster him. He's getting a lot of minutes. Continue to roster. Herbert Jones only played 25, but had a pretty rough game. But, you can definitely have him on your team for defensive purposes. And Josh Richardson came in and played 25 minutes, added a steal and 10 points and 2 3. But his minutes has been inconsistent. But Trey Murphy and Herbert Jones, have them. If you're looking for defense, Trey Murphy hits a lot of threes as well. And Valanciunas right now is just unstoppable. You have to roster him and see how things go. The next game is the Celtics went to Sacramento and beat them by 23 points. Pretty impressive win. Jason Tatum shot the ball pretty well, hit 2 threes. But weird game from the free throw line, 6 for 11. Added 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Not a bad game if you ignore the free throws. Jaylen Brown had 27 points and 4 threes. Not much else. And the big news here is Robert Williams is back. He had 5 fouls in 21 minutes, but did have 7 rebounds in 21 minutes and a block. He's going to be on some minute restrictions in the playoffs. If you don't need his rebounds and his field goal and blocks, then there's no point having him. He's blocking shots, but not at the rate he was last year. He was averaging like 2.7 blocks a game. This year, I think he's just not getting that many, right? He changed his playing style defensively. Marcus Smart played okay. Derrick White had 12 assists, huge game from him. And Brogdon added 2 steals as well. With everybody healthy, Derrick White and Brogdon, they're just, you stream them, that's it. For the Kings, due to the blowout, the minutes, Keegan Murray still played 39 minutes, and Sabonis played 37, had a triple-double. Sabonis has just been putting up numbers. De'Aaron Fox was a minus 34 in his 28 minutes. Just a bad game overall. And I think, with Devontae with Kevin Herter out, Malik Monk is a guy that we should look to stream, but he had a pretty rough game and only played 17 minutes, and Terrence Davis played 21. So it's kind of hard to predict the minutes, but if they got a back-to-back coming up, do they have a back-to-back coming up? Malik Monk is kind of the guy you should look to stream. Yeah, they have a back-to-back Friday, Saturday, so maybe look for Malik Monk if Kevin Herter remains to be out. And Harrison Barnes played 25 minutes, didn't really do much either. He's not really a must-roster player. And would you look at that, Oklahoma City Thunder, they beat the Clippers. Pretty impressive stuff. And after this win, the Oklahoma City Thunder is in a good position. They are the 7th seed, crazy, and they have the tiebreaker over the 8th seed. They were gonna go tanking for sure. They were gonna rest Shai Gilgeous, so maybe there's some reports come out that okay, maybe we're not gonna rest him back to back. So that's great news, but very impressive, very impressive stuff from this Oklahoma City squad. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander played 36 minutes, shot the ball okay, hit his free throws, hit 1 3. No defensive stat, but 31 points. Just continues to just be amazing, to be honest. Giddey, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Okay, Giddey has been disappointed this year. Not really getting a lot of defensive stats. And his counting stats, I don't know, they took a leap or they got worse. Not sure, but you'll be close, right? It's not even, for sure he did not improve all that much. Jalen Williams played 10 minutes, had 4 fouls, okay? Jalen Williams, though, he's a second fantasy player on this team. And next year, he could be even more amazing. He could be a top 50 player next year. Because, just given the minutes. I think second half, he's probably top 50 anyway. 20 points, 8 rebounds, a steal and a block. He's very efficient from the field. He gets the defensive stats. He grabs rebounds. He gets assists. He just does everything. Amazing. If you picked him off on the waiver wire, he's just contributing. Isaiah Joe came off the bench, played 27 minutes. But Lou Dort just streaming for 3s. That's it. Amazing stuff from the Oklahoma City Thunder team. For the Clippers, after this loss, they're still the 5th seed, so they're gonna be the 5th seed. Maybe they do well, they can get up to 4th, but most likely that's where they're gonna end up. And I don't think they mind to be the 6th seed because that's it. You get to play the Kings in the first round versus the Phoenix Suns with KD. Anyway, Kawhi Leonard, 21 points, 2 threes, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Not bad. And poor George had an injury. We don't know how serious it is, but he had a good game. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, with 3 steals and a block, 18 points. Russell Westbrook had 2 steals and a block. Russ has been playing all right. If Paul George misses some time, who is really going to come in and start contributing? I'm not sure. Anybody that we want to pick up, because they got so many capable guys. Terrence Mann can come in, one night can get 30 minutes. It could be Nicholas Batum. It could be Robert Covington. It could be Norman Powell. We just don't know. So really nobody worth picking up. Marcus Morris Sr., he's just falling off a cliff. I remember in years in the past, whenever Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, one of them missed a game or whatever, Marcus Morris Sr. would come in and hit like 5 threes. Not every game, but he's worth streaming. This year, I just haven't seen him have a good game at all. Right? I don't remember last time he had a great game. Mason Plumlee come off the bench, had 12 rebounds. That's pretty impressive, but the minutes is not really there. And that's it, guys. I'll see you next time.